Community Viewpoint with John Pollock and Maria Hurst.
Welcome to Community Viewpoint. I am sitting in today for John Pollock. My name is Francie Winters, and John is off on some adventures, so we're going to let him do that every once in a while. He's in New York, and he's going to New Jersey, and apparently we have a little bit of a surprise for him, a little bit of a hello. He didn't forget you just because he's gone. He was still thinking of you, so he sent us something. He sent us a picture of himself. There you go. John, at one of his favorite places in the world, White Castle. Apparently he's mapped them all out and he's going to go to more than one. I don't know if he'll send us pictures of more than one, but there he is. So welcome again. And I have with me today Donna Lamm of Donna's Studio of Dance. And our first segment is going to be dedicated to her. So welcome, Donna. Thank you for joining us here.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, Francie.
Always. We were just laughing about the fact that it takes actually having us on a TV show together in order to get a chance to visit. So so I'm really pleased to have you. And we are so lucky here in Pahrump to have such a creative individual as yourself. I know that when I first came here, I was like, oh my gosh, this woman, she does all these cool things. And so tell us about what you have available for young people this summer.
Well, I figure in the summer they need something to do, that's for sure.
Yes.
And we have a nice air-conditioned studio, so...
What did you say, air-conditioned?
Air-conditioned, yeah. It'll be nice and cool. And we have several classes starting up June 9th, so that's next week.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, so coming up pretty soon. Some of the things we have are clogging. That's going to be on Mondays, and that's for adults. 7 to adult, I should say. And on Wednesdays, we'll have ballet. That's 5 to 8-year-olds in the afternoons. And we have jazz technique also on Wednesdays, and ballet technique. So in the summer, we spend a lot more time, you know, doing turns and leaps and, you know, the technical part of dance. And then when the dance season starts in September, then we start working on dances for the recital, and they'll have all their technique down, hopefully, over the summer.
Okay, so let's go through these a little bit, and we'll start at the bottom since you're already talking about that. So the summertime is a really good time for them to really hone in on their basic skills for ballet, whether they're, now, so is that at a beginning level?
We have different levels.
Different levels?
Yeah, we have different levels beginning, and I don't think there's an advanced class, but beginning and intermediate this summer.
And if they're not dancers, you need to understand that technique is really vitally important because a teacher that teaches them incorrectly or a student that does something, you know, incorrectly can actually end up hurting themselves.
Absolutely.
And that's not what we want. We want them to grow the muscles and the everything in the correct form, in the good alignment. And so, you know, throwing them into any old class and just let's dance and let's be pretty, you know, is and hurrying them on to toe or whatever, hurrying them into things they're not developmentally ready for. And that's why having someone, now, do you actually teach those classes yourself?
I don't. I have instructors, and we have some new instructors this year also.
Okay.
And one of the classes I really wanted to not forget to mention is we're having exploring the theme of India, which is going to be, I think, really cool. It's Chandini Braithwaite, and she's been in town here for many years, has taught for me for many years the Indian dance. But this is going to be other things like rhythm and dance, drama and skits, arts, crafts, and sewing, and also yoga stretch.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know if you're aware, but Chandini makes all her own Indian costumes for our recitals.
Oh, nice.
And they are gorgeous. I mean, they are just exquisite. So she's going to be teaching on, you know, that kind of creativity with sewing, which is unique. Go. Yeah, I know. Well, you can if you want.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So good. And that yoga stretch, again, that long, and yoga is very alignment oriented. So that's, again, you know, not just a frou-frou class. There's a lot of actually really good stuff in there. But having younger teachers is wonderful and understandable as we, you know, get a little older. But But the fact that you're still there with all your years of experience and can oversee that and make sure that, yes, make sure you've got this included and check out the curriculum and make sure to keep people safe, because I know you have years of experience. That's important.
And it's not only that, Francie, I take classes.
Yeah?
I do take classes, so I'm intimately involved in what's going on.
You mean you take your own teacher's classes?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good for you.
I take several of them.
Wow.
So
cool.
It's easier than teaching exercise.
Yeah, well, you don't have to do all the prep, right?
The choreography
or deal with any behavior problems. Oh, not that we have any of those in creative kids, never. But so clogging. If someone's not a dancer, are they going to understand
what clogging is? Yeah, clogging is a kind of a unique blend. It's kind of like tap in that they have the metal taps on their shoes,
right?
But it's a different sort of style. They don't use their hands very much like river dance. You know?
Yes,
right. Yeah, those people use it's all footwork, and so that's mostly what clogging is mostly footwork, and
Now that's an evening class, and note that she said it's from 7 to adult. So one of the things, the reason I wanted to kind of bring that up is multi-age classes, multi-age programming is really important. Sometimes you hear older folks say, I don't know how to get my teens to pay attention. I don't feel like I connect with them really, or something. And the arts is a wonderful place to make that happen. It is well worth the cost of how much does it cost to take them to Disneyland? How much does it cost to take them even to Vegas for something? And how much do you get out of it? You can't get them to put the phone down. Guess what? In clogging class, they can't use the phone.
That's right.
They are going to pay attention to you, and you're going to do something together. And that is going to be really, really very cool, because then whether they're 7 or 8 or 58, they're all working on the same thing together, and it isn't a hierarchy anymore.
Right.
It's really a team, but a team of multi-age people. So, even someone who's younger gets the step, they can help someone who's older. And that is, that's a beautiful thing. So
it really is. It's a wonderful, and you mentioned something twice now, team. It is a team. We teach teamwork.
Oh, good.
I'm not opposed to like dance competitions and stuff, but that's not what our main focus is. Our main focus is getting everybody to work together in a cohesive way towards a common goal. So we really do build. That's part of our mission statement also. Is to build teamwork. So so I think it's great, and every class that I'm in is a multi-generational class.
Just because you're there,
just because I'm there.
Oh, okay, and then you have jazz technique. Now we talked about ballet technique, and we know that's alignment and the basics, the foundations, understanding the French jargon, the French vocabulary, and so in jazz technique. What would be the sweetener? What would they want to come to jazz technique for?
Oh, well, jazz is ballet is like the basics, okay? Jazz is the creative part. And not that ballet is not creative, but jazz gives you a lot more leeway. I mean, you could do something like I've choreographed dances to Queen and things like in a jazz
more contemporary form. Generally, although ballet is certainly often done more contemporary. It just depends on what's going on.
It really does, but traditionally ballet is like, you should learn ballet before you learn anything, because once you're a ballet dancer, you can do anything else. It just will come natural.
Well, in ballet you teach, like yoga, the alignment, and this is where your neutral center is. And on jazz, you're getting off of that alignment. Center. You've got to, but if you don't know where your center is and you can't reliably go to where that is, then you're going to have a real struggle with understanding jazz in most cases.
Absolutely. So it's just, for me, jazz is more of a fun thing to do. But I always take ballet classes myself for the discipline and for the alignment, as you say, and strength.
Strength.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
I read a thing one time. They did a study on athletes, and they did it for a lot of different things: balance, agility, stamina, endurance. All sorts of different things. They had football players, baseball players, gymnasts. Everything. Do you know who won hands down best overall? Are the ballet dancers. They can do anything. And they're so strong. It's incredible. So I really strongly recommend, if you're going to put your child in dance, start with ballet.
And when you put them in dance, how many people go into dance or send their children to dance with the expectation of ending up in New York or in a big city dancing in a company or anything?
Not many.
No.
No. Although I will say one of the girls who danced with us for numerous years is in the Alvin Ailey dance troupe.
Oh, nice.
Which is,
Yes,
mean,
that's
if you know
huge.
who Alvin Ailey is,
Yes,
that's
absolutely,
big.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So someone can go on, but
Yeah.
that's not necessarily what it's all about. It's about physical activity, teamwork, discipline.
Physical activity, yes, in this era of where people are so worried about, the kids, their longevity. They're saying that this is a generation that they fear will not live as long as their parents.
That's right.
That's pretty frightening. There's a big push nationwide to get our children off the couch and get them more active, and yet it's hard in the summer.
Yeah.
Because it's
hot out there.
and
Yeah.
and unless you have a very big space inside the house, and even then maybe you don't want people jumping around and pirouetting. And I know my mom used to say, stop tap dancing, you're ruining my floor, and
There's encouragement.
yeah, there it was. Well, she did encourage me. Somebody drove me, obviously, so they encouraged me some. But yeah.
It's just good to have a place to go.
It is. It's good to have a place to go and something to get you out and get you away. Now, I used to run juvenile girl probationary groups, and get the girls in the beginning, and they'd be like,
don't want to see your...
Yeah, but pretty soon, they were, by the end of the whole session, they were graduating, they were, completely changed. And I think that when you look at summer, the tendency is to get very insulated. If they don't have a chance, like if you're working parents, and there's a lot of working parents, where are the kids? What's going on with them? And so if you give them some places that they do actually need to interact with others, make new friends. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Then that's a challenge, but it's a good challenge.
It's a good challenge, yeah.
Because you can give them confidence. I mean, dance isn't just about learning to dance. It's about physical self-confidence, balance, like you said, the team, the leadership.
Teamwork.
You're going to meet new kids. And then when you go back into school, sometimes during the summer, one reinvents oneself.
Yeah, that's really true. It's a growing stage.
It is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, and you mentioned going back to school. You would not believe how many children we have in the dance studio that are homeschooled.
And this is their PE.
It's a social outlet and PE.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I personally think it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and then school is starting really early, so you're going to start registration for fall early.
That's right.
School starts August 11th.
August 11th,
Yeah.
very early.
Yeah.
So we'll have dance registration probably the following week, and then we start in September always.
Yes. Okay.
And
so you can still go start in September. Yeah.
Yes, and we'll have a full spectrum of dance classes in September.
Good.
Tumbling, all sorts of things.
Okay.
So yeah, all of these
Awesome.
classes and a lot more.
Yeah, and August 11th, we're starting that early because they want to make that break between that semester break. They want to make it at the end of Christmas. Yeah.
So they're just changing
rather
the
than coming back for a week. Yeah, so there's a good reason. Well, thank you so much for all the things that you're doing for the young people. That's awesome, and we really appreciate it. And go sign up for Donna's Dance Studio. It's right there off the highway.
401 South
Easy to
Frontage
find.
Road. And the website. We have a website.
Okay, you have a website?
Donna'sStudioOfDance.com.
There you go. It's right there. Thank you so much. Please join us for the second session. We will be right back after these messages.